My bad. Hold on. We're starting right now. My bad. We're here.
Crowd getting their money's worth here at the Forum in Los Angeles. Matthysse is landing murderous shots.
Matthysse has real power.
Oh, good shot.
Expect a street fight right here.
Now there's a good fast-handed combination. This is what you pay to see.
Jorge Linares, he's a fight fan's fighter.
Linares is very fast.
Mercito Gesta stepping in and firing hard. What a fight!
These punches are huge.
Let me first say this. Jorge Linares is a very good fighter. But it's been shown time and time again that if you touch his chin at the right moment in time, just like any boxer for example, he will go down. He's been down multiple times in his career. He has 3 defeats, one of which was by stoppage. He had a very bad cut in the second round, very, very bad cut against a guy by the name of, in fact, we got that footage. A guy by the name of Sergio Thompson. I forgot what year it was. In fact, I knew it. I knew I saved this up here. Here we go. Let's watch a little bit of it. Please subscribe. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. As you can see, Lucas Matthysse versus Tewa Kiram in a very... that fight has a question mark around it because I really do feel that Kiram has a chance to beat Matthysse off of the footage that I've watched. Now, he has a lot of footage on YouTube. No, excuse me, on the internet. Most of it's on Daily Motion. We already did that preview and prediction. We're trying to get our guy to the fight, but sometimes they like to play politics, man. And that's why, soon I may start filing petitions because there's no reason, in my opinion. I don't mean to go off the path here, but there's no reason in my opinion why things should be so hard to get to these fights. Especially it's like, wait a minute, we're covering fights for these promoters, but then certain promoters like that, and it's like, wait a minute, like we're selling the fights. I don't really make money off of this. I mean, we're starting to now for 2018, but our goal is to make sure people know who these fighters are. But anyway, it's taking place January the 27th, up there in the Forum in Los Angeles. It's going to be on HBO, and it's HBO's first card of the year. So this week, right now, it's January the 16th, 2018, exactly 11:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we got Spence Peterson this week, and then we got this card next week. I'm going to be at Spence Peterson, as media. This weekend, the 20th, and then I'm trying to get our guy, Rob Suarez, who's already covered the fight to an extent, up there, and he's going to be at the media workout this Thursday. That's next Saturday. But whatever the case may be, man, hey, listen, I understand. We're working our way up the ladders. Remember, I was the guy that many people said, that I would never get to one event myself. So, we're doing some good work around here. So shout out to those who've been helping us, and shout out to Rob, who has been very patient. I got to get this guy his business card. I keep saying I'm going to get his business cards, and I haven't done it. But anyway, it's a very good card because there's question marks around can Mercito Gesta beat Jorge Linares, and I think he can. There's a question mark around Tewa Kiram. Can he beat Lucas Matthysse? Now, I'm a guy who I watch all of these guys' fights. Let me play this. I can play this in the background. I'm a guy who I watch all of these guys' fights. I'll sit here, and, I'll be playing. I got 4 screens. I wish I could show it to you. I got 4 screens. So on this screen right here, you're seeing the content on. It's like the screen that I use to do my videos to share stuff. I'll have like NBA 2K or my Xbox playing on this screen. This screen got the camera, and this screen's got like all the social media and everything. So I'll be sitting here all day, just watching fights. Wait a minute, this is Jorge Linares. This is not this is when he got stopped by Sergio Thompson. And it was only 2 rounds, but he was winning the fight, And the same thing, that happened right here. It can happen with Mercito Gesta, because he is the underdog. But when it comes to Jorge Linares, just like Amir Khan, he'll be outboxing you the whole fight. He have a chance to get knocked the fuck out. Even though his stoppages, 2 of them, this one was in the second round. His first stoppage was in the first round. When he lost to Antonio DeMarco, he got beat to a bloody pulp. I think that was stopped in round 11 or something like that, after he was clearly winning the rounds on all the cards. And look, this guy was like, oh shit, I fucking beat motherfucking Jorge Linares. Look, this was a big ass day for this guy. One thing I did find out I didn't know before is that only the WBA title is on the line. Here's Gesta right here. I believe I had queued this up. I think this is the one. Sorry for the quality.
Out there watching.
But this was a ringtv.com fight. Every now and then they put on really, really, really good cards. So they'll be the undercard of Golden Boy pay-per-views, Canelo fights, the undercard of Golden Boy HBO cards. They'll even do the undercards of Golden Boy ESPN cards. You know, this was one of those live stream telecasts. But long story short, Mercito Gesta can box, and he does have the ability to possibly stop Jorge Linares. But that's just like anybody. Now, here's the thing. For those people who are not familiar with the Mikey Garcia situation, Mikey Garcia, well, the WBC released a press release not too long ago saying that Mikey Garcia had, informed the WBC, that he is going to fight Jorge Linares in the summer. But, of course, Mikey Garcia, has moved up to 140 pounds, and he's going to be fighting Dejan Zakatakanin. No, wait, why am I saying Dejan Zakatakanin? He already knocked him out. Not him, Sergey Limpinets on February the 10th down in San Antonio, in the very, somewhat controversial fight because people are saying, well, how come he, putting Loma's name in his mouth and everything like that, and he's cherry picking. But hey, Sergey Limpinets is a champion at 140. And the way Mikey Garcia feels, and from what I'm getting from him and Robert Garcia, from watching the interviews and just doing some educate, just doing, just using my brain, I'm thinking like, well, they are not really comfortable at 140. So this is kind of like a test for them to see if they can hold their own when they really, really feel that they should be at 135 pounds. As Richard Schaefer said, who Rob had interviewed, he was saying like, and I didn't put it together until then, is that how many champions have done or will do with Mike being a 4-division champion? That's a big deal. Not many champions can, go through divisions like that and carry their power up. Now, the Adrian Broner fight at 140, yes, that was a good fight. Yes, that was a big fight. But overall, Adrian Broner, truth be told, should be at 135. He's a 140-pound fighter in a 147-pound fighter body. So it's kind of complex. But let's go look at Jorge Linares. 43-3 with 27 KOs. He fight Mercito Gesta. Luke Campbell, this was a very close fight. As you can see, if Campbell didn't go down, he could have possibly got a draw in this fight. You see what I'm saying? Or one, depending. The two fights with Anthony Crolla, these were money grabs. Very big fights over there overseas. He was coming back from an injury. Which fight was that we come back from the injury between the Ivan Cano and the Crolla fight? He got Arakawa on his resume. And basically, as you can see with his losses, that Sergeant Thompson fight, that's the one where he got the cut. Antonio DeMarco, if you look at the cards, he was, beating him to a pulp, Well, no, he was outboxing Antonio DeMarco, but then he started getting beat to a pulp. In fact, what I'm going to do is, since we got a little bit of time, I'm going to pull that up real quick, and then this fight right here where he was stopped in the first round. And then also, didn't Kevin Mitchell put him down too, if I'm correct? So, only the WBA title was on the line. In fact, Mercito Gesta is not even ranked by the WBC. And I'm wondering, if somebody's going to ask the WBC, well, if, like they did Rigondeaux, if Linares loses that WBA title, will he lose the WBC too? I'm confused on how that works. I'm thinking they did that because of the weight division thing for Rigo, but the WBA is weird anyway, but I'm wondering, like, why didn't the WBC sanction this fight? Maybe it's something I don't know. Maybe Gesta didn't sign up to be ranked by the, I don't know, it's weird, and then when I went to look at the WBC rankings, he's listed on the WBC website, but below, like, the top 50, he has like an asterisk next to his name where it says just WBA, so I'm wondering what that means. And as it says on BoxRec, he's only fighting for the WBA. So, whatever the case may be, you got Mikey Garcia, who has to win against Sergey Limpinets because if he loses to Sergey, so much is going to be out the window, Jorge Linares has obviously got to beat Gesta, and like I said, in my opinion, knowing how chinny Jorge Linares can be, you know, if Gesta keeps up constant pressure, you know, he has a chance to win. Another thing I didn't look at was the height. He looks kind of short to me. Linares is listed at 5'8", and he very well is 5'8", but I'm wondering if Gesta is really 5'7". I don't know. He just looks short, you know. But I guess it's the reach maybe that makes it look like that, because he has a 68-inch reach, and Linares has a what? You know, a 69. I don't know. He just looks, you know, Linares just looks taller to me, you know, even though they haven't faced off yet. But the fight is going to be next week. Like I said, of course, I'm going to be doing multiple videos on this. I'm going to do a fight week preview, you know. We're going to be covering next week's fight. We're going to be covering next week events, depending on what Rob wants to do, whether he's going to be covering, you know, normally on Wednesdays, like the media workout for the fighters. Thursdays, like the final press conference. Friday is usually the weigh-in, and then Saturday is the fight. So, you know, I'm going to actually send them an email now to get ahead of it, to make sure it's no shenanigans, because we're covering this fight. And more importantly, our job is to educate you on both of the fighters, or all the fighters involved, to make sure that you know who these fighters are going forward in the future. You know, and that's what I like to focus on, is making sure I'm educating people on who the fighters are. You know, because a lot of times you'll have UK fighters come over here and I'll be like, yo, they good. For example, Luke Campbell. You have a lot of American fans who didn't know who Luke Campbell was. You know, and they were like, damn, you know, dude from the UK is kind of good. Yeah, no shit, he is kind of good. You know, you should watch your fights and do your research. But then again, that's what I'm here for, you know? I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe. All the links to my social media, obviously, have been popping up on the screen at FightView 360. Visit our website at FightView360.com. It's been a pain, but it's almost where I want it to be. You know, I had to learn how to do so much on my own. It's been, you know, over a year. You know, shout out to Mikey, shout out to Rob, shout out to Tony, Mo, OJ, Kyle, you know, Rome, you know, the guys that's running the social media. It's a lot going on, man. Please subscribe.